Hello everyone. So welcome back to this channel once again. And in this video session, I will discuss the work query on AS400. So basically, this is a beginner tutorial. So I'll let you know that how we can use the work query to build our own queries in AS400. So basically, it's a query builder where we can build our own queries using the files. So let me show you how we can do that. So for that purpose, we need to use the work query command on the command line and just press enter. So once you press enter, you will see this screen work with queries where we have some options here like 1 to create, 2 to change, 3 to copy, 4 to delete, 5 to display, 6 to print definition, 8 to run in batch and 9 to run. So there are several options for the queries, and here we can take F4 for the list of the queries available in this library. If I take F4, I'll find that there are no queries available right now. Now let's press again. So I can first create a query. So let's create a query1 in this library. Press enter. So I'll see this screen, define the query. So you can see the option is create. CCS ID of the job is this. This is the query that is getting created in this library. So there are different options that we can opt one by one, and uh, then we can create our own queries. Also, you can see some text here: F3 to exit, F5 to report, F12 to cancel, F13 to layout, F14 to files, and F21 to select all. So what we can do is we can go one by one, or we can select all. So select all will show us all the screens one by one. So if let's say I do that, shift F9, so it will show me all the screens one by one. Let's add one of the file. Let's say I'm adding PF1 in this library. Then it's showing me the record format available in that file. I'm choosing the first member because it is only a single member file. Press enter. So now it is asking me to define the result fields. So these are the fields in the table. If I want to define any other field using these fields, I can define that. Let's say I want to define the fourth field in my query, then I can do that, but I'm not going to do that here right now. Let's do it so that you got to know this. Um, say amp name and add a dot. Give it a name field, and let's say give it amp name 2. So there are 4 fields now. So here I can select the records for the let's say amp ID not equals to amp1. So I'm selecting this one. So here you can set the filter criteria. This is the sorting that I can do. I can do the sorting based upon, let's say, employee ID, and it's descending, let's say. So this is collating sequence that we can ignore here. Press enter. These things we can ignore: specify report column, summary functions, define format report break. Now here the select output type and output form screen. Here what you can do is you can either display the output from here, you can create a database file, and you can create a printer. So let's say, let's just display it right now. So you can see what we have chosen. You can see this arrow, right arrow. If I do one, so you can see what you have specified. We didn't specify anything here. Select and sequence fields. Let's do that as well. So let's I want this at the first number. This is on the, let's say, second number. This is third, and this is fourth. Let's say we have selected and sequenced the fields also. We did not specify these things. So we did specify this one as one. So this is the default. So this is not showing here. And let's say just press F3 to save or run. So on the save side, you can see the save definition, yes or no. So it's yes. Run option, run interactively, run in batch, do not run. So if I want to run it interactively right now, we can do that. It will be saved as well. Let's run it and save it here only. Press enter. So you can see once I run it, we can see the employee ID, the manager ID, the amp name. This is in the sequence which we have selected. That's the last column name which was not in the original file PF1, and we have created or selected that in the result field. So we concatenated dot at the last. So this is a 20 character field. So you can see the 20 character field with the spaces and then the dot. So if you want, we can trim that there and we can select it. So dot will be displayed after, just after, once the values are ended. So at the end of these text. So this is run. Just take F3 to come out. Just do work object query 1. So you can see the query 1 object star query definition type easy class 1 in library query attribute is created. If I want to retrieve the source of this, let's say just use RTVQMQRY here. Just take F4. So that's a query 1 in this library. Let's say source file is June 24, 2024. Easy class 1. The source member name is, let's say, query 1. Allow query definition, yes. So the source is retrieved. That is the SQL source. So you can see, select all, employee ID name, manager ID, emp name, concat this from this table where employee ID not equals to this, order by this, and descending. So this was the SQL source that was retrieved from the query definition object. Now let me take work query again, press enter. Now take F4 here. You will see that the list of queries created in this library. So now I cannot create this query because it is already created. I cannot take option 1. So now I can either change it, either copy it, delete it, display, print, run in batch, or so I can run it using option 9. Let me show you. So you can see that that's running. We can run it this in batch as well. We can print it as well. Let's print it. So once I come out, just do work as PLF. You will see the QPQUPRFIL printer file that's get printed. So you can see that this query is printed. The default collating sequence, hexadecimal, and other things like selected files, call resultant field, select record test, ordering of selected fields, all such things are printed. What I can do is Not taking F4, just writing it here also, and then we can do, let's say I want to copy this, so I can copy this using the option 3. So I can create a query to work object query 2 now. So you can see that's copied. Just work query F4 here. So you can run this. You'll see the same result because that's a copy of query 1. You can delete it option using option 4. You can use option 5 to display it, whatever you have selected. You have already printed it, you have copied it, now you can change this. Just take, once you take 5, you will see that you cannot do anything here because you cannot change because this is in the read mode and display mode, you can say. So once you take option 2, then only you can edit. So just take option 1, you can see here, this is the simple query, and what you can do is let's create a database file. Take option 3. So the database file is this defined database file output. So I can choose query 1 pf, let's say. In this file, you can specify the name as well, data in file. That's a new file, replace file, new member, replace member, add to member. So that's not a member. So that's a file, new file. If you want to give the text, we can give it new file using work query. Just take F3 to save it. You can see query1 pf got created in this library. Let's see work object. So you can see type star file library, this pf attribute. So pf is created right now. Just do run query. So you can see the results as well. So you can also select the records from here by selecting record selector as yes. So you can see all the definitions here also. This way you can create just take F4 and just change it, let's say, and just take option 2 to print it. Let's say I'm just printing it. I can specify all these columns, so I'm leaving this as default. Spool the output. Either I can take blank, yes or no. If you want to specify whether your report is to be spooled as a spool printer file to an output queue, type yes or no. So you can type yes or no there. I'm taking it default right now. Form type you can specify. So all these things are related to the printer file things. So I don't want to give any value here. Let's say you can specify as per you need. Just take all these things as they were. Just take F3 now. Just do work as PLF now. So you can see that you can see your query name query1, library name this one, file library member file was this one, library was this one, member was this one, date and time. And then you can see on the page 1, this is the date and time. And you can see the headings and the data has been printed now. And this is the end of report. So this way you can generate the report as well. Just do work query again. Now I want to just let me take another example to tell you this. Uh, just do STRSQL. Just create a table. Create table. Let's say query one, query T1 in this library. Roll number field type is, let's say, uh, integer. Class, let's say, and char 10. So QRYD1 is created. Just create the another file and take the roll number as same and the name of the student. Let's say we can take char 10. So both the tables are created using the create table syntax. Let's insert some data. Insert into easy class 1 dot QRTY QRY T1. Take a 4, roll number let's say 1, class is 1, roll number let's say 1 and class is roll number 2 and class is 1, let's say roll number 3 and class is 1, let's say. So I'm specifying for class 1 only right now, and QIT2. So roll number is let's say 1 and name is let's say name 1. Roll number is 2, let's say 3, name is 2, and here I'm keeping the roll number as 5, let's say roll number name 3. So that's not in the first table. Now just do a query again. This time I'm going to create a new query. So either I can take one here and just take a 4 here, or I can take one here to create another query. So both the way you can go. Just press enter. Specify the file here. Query T1. So that's the format name you got. Now just press F9. You can see the options here. So just press F9, Shift F12 you can take. You will get other options as well. So just press F9 to add more files. So you can specify the file ID as well here. So here you can see the T01. Let's say take A. That's the alias name to the file. So QRYT2. Just press enter and take it as B. So you can take it either as ID or A to Z99. That's the thing. So I'm joining two tables only right now. Just press enter. Now it is asking me some other information, specified type of join. So let's say type of join only matching records, the match records with primary file, unmatched records with primary file. So primary file is the first file here. So let's say only match records. Uh, Type comparisons to show how the file selections are related, press enter. So I need to specify how the selections are related. So let's say A dot roll number. So you can see here, and B dot roll number. let's say I want to test it on equal comparison, press enter. So we have defined the file selection. I don't want to give any result fields here. I want to keep all these things as it is. Select and sequence. Let's say I'm selecting only A. This one. Let's say and keep it as it is as well. Let's say this is on third number. This is on second number. I don't want to select the B dot roll. If I want to select the records, I can do that. I can specify the filter kit. I don't want to specify it here right now. I don't want to sort. These are not, I'm not using these things here. Select output. Let's say first thing is, let's say I'm displaying it. F3 to save. So it will be saved. Query 2 will be saved. And let's say save it in query 3 and save it in query 2. Okay. And run it interactively. Press enter. So once I'm pressing enter, you can see only the mass records are showing. That is roll number 1 and roll number 3. So for those the class was 1, the name was name 1 and name 2. We do have roll number 2 in the first table, 1, 2, 3 in first table, and we do have 1, 3 and 5 roll number in the second table. So 1, 3 were mass, so that you can see the join is happening. Yeah. Query 2. So you can see the query 2. Just use the retrieve QMQRY command to retrieve the SQL source of this query definition object. This one. So here I need to specify the query 2 and the source member as query 2. Just do work member PDM. So you can see the source now. Select all this from this, inner join this. So this is the join that you can see from here. And just take F4 here. To change here. So you can also specify the output type that you want to check. Query to PF, let's say. So you can see work object query to PF is created in this library. Just to run query star and this. So you can see the result as well. So this way you can create your build your own queries using the work query command, and that's a very helpful utility by the IBM. So that's all in this video. Thank you and have a nice time.